Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another Monday Morning Art Talk. Whippy! Alright, welcome to another Monday Morning Art Talk. So today, before I get started with the topic, I just wanted to talk about the new social media platform. Oh no, not another social media platform. Yes, it's here, I think. I don't know. Listen. You guys have probably been seeing a lot of people posting that they've just signed on for this Vero. This new platform, although it's not new. This is the thing. It's been around for about 2 years now. It was started in about 2015 by this billionaire. I think from Libya, I'm not sure. But anyway, it started about 2 years ago, and now for whatever reason, we don't know what makes things all of a sudden go viral. Why do things start to trend? What's that all about? Someone just decides to do something, it starts to spread. So usually if something's spreading in that manner, it's taken 2 years. Again, this comes down to the whole point that nothing happens overnight. And I'm sure the development of that was even longer. So things take time to start to manifest themselves. And that's what I started to see what's going on now. So I was looking at, people going, oh, just join Vero. I'm just joining because everyone else is joining. Well, that's a good reason to join. I mean, really, you start to go, okay, something's happening. So it's kind of, eyes and ears open at all times. What's going on? What's sort of happening? It's the same thing that happened with Snapchat. Same thing. What is Snapchat? I don't get it. I'm confused by it, yet everyone's using it and is on its MySpace. What is MySpace? What is this thing? Okay, I'll start jumping on. It has its time. I think what's going to happen, although I don't think this is going to happen, I don't think Vero is going to be eaten up by Facebook or bought by Facebook, because the guy's already a billionaire. So unless he's just wanting just to do it and have fun and eventually sell it, he might. But the reason this guy got into doing this was he was irritated by the fact that you have all the algorithms and the ads and nothing's in chronological order. And so this whole Vero, what it's about, it's not based on advertising where these other platforms, Instagram, Facebook, if you're paying money and you're doing all this, you get prioritized, you get placed into other people's feeds. This is the whole point, is that this whole platform isn't based on that. But you go, okay, fine. So what's the catch? Well, the catch is, guys, if don't think anything's for free out there. Nothing is free. No one is going to set up an advertising free platform if they're not going to be earning money somehow, okay? And so that's what's happening. What's going to happen is this will become subscription based. It's not subscription based right now, but it will become subscription based, because how else are they going to be able to... even though he's a billionaire, he's just not going to keep paying people out of his own pocket and keep losing hundreds of millions of dollars. Why would you do that? That's not a smart business move. What he needs to do is start paying his team and start paying other people, whatever he needs to do. How do you do that? You start a subscription base. So now you can start sharing the profits and start doing things that you need to do, and that's how you can maintain not having to get advertisers. So I hope this guy stays true to that platform, but just be prepared. This is what's going to happen. You're going to be paying a subscription. Now, are you willing to pay the subscription? I don't know. No one knows what the subscription is going to be yet. And I think he said he's going to do the subscription after reaching 1 million people. So that might be a reason to get on. Now, the reason I want to jump on, why I didn't want to jump on, but in all honesty, oh no, another platform-based thing to jumping into. Isn't Facebook and Instagram and all these other things enough? When are people going to start working on their own stuff and stop following everyone else and being a part of all this? I get it. I understand the need for it. I think one of the reasons I jumped onto it, my personal reason, is every time I go to get on Twitter or something else, my name is always taken and it's always gone. So I'm just like, oh, people are doing this. I want to make sure I get my name. Whether or not I'm going to be posting on it or not, I don't know. It's very confusing, and it's just like, God, it's like, and my fear is, as a teacher, a lot of people are so distracted with all these social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook already, they're not even doing their own damn work. They're not even working on their own stuff because they're busy looking at everyone else's lives. So I said, at what point do you say is enough? But it's free to join right now. Again, what's going to happen is the danger is all of a sudden you're working, hey, this Vero, I'm going to build up all these people and all these followers. And now all of a sudden you got 500, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 followers. So what are you going to do? All of a sudden they go, aha, we got you. You got all these followers. You're following all these people. There's no way you're just going to give that up. That's like having a mailing list, right? Because that's what it is. Why are we doing this? Again, let's be honest with ourselves. Why do we have social media platform? Because it's a brand builder, because we want to share our work. We want to let people know what we do. We want to be seen. We want to be accepted. We want to have, just have the approval of others. We want to be validated. These are all the reasons, and we want to promote things. We want to let people know about what it is that we're doing, so we don't have to pay $50 to advertise in a magazine ad and hope that it goes, which is the way advertising has always worked. It's just a greater platform, and that's why now people are wanting, to share this. Again, be honest with yourself. Why are you sharing your work? Why do you do what you do? For all these different reasons, okay? So now that you've done this and you've built up your social media platform, all of a sudden they slap you with a $10 a month bill. Are you going to pay that membership? I don't know if it's going to be that much. For all I know, it could be $5 for the whole year. That's great, but all of a sudden, are you going to pay $120 a year for this? Is it worth it to you? And is there value there? Do you feel like through building up all this social media network and letting people know you're going to be at this next convention, that they're going to show up and maybe purchase something from you, which will help you cover your cost to pay your $10 a year? Again, I don't know that that's what it's going to be, but I'm just saying, be prepared for that. Do you want to do that? Am I willing to make that investment? I don't know yet. I don't know that I'm willing to do that with. Are people going to start getting confused? Where do I go? Should I be following people on Instagram and Facebook? I mean, most people already are posting on Instagram, but whatever they post on Instagram is the exact same thing that goes to Twitter and to Facebook. So it's all connected so that they don't have to post multiple things all the time, because who has that much time, to be doing all that stuff? And plus, even if you do, it's a lot of work, why not practice working on something or try to get a job somewhere, do something? You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be cynical about this. I'm not trying to be the boo-hoo guy about this. I believe in it all. I do, because I believe in independence, and I believe in developing oneself, and I believe in sharing what it is that you do with the world and embracing all that. And I love this about how we live. I love this this way of living. I think it's absolutely amazing. I just want you to think about, again, for me, there's no way I was just, even though people were posting and just jumping on this Vero, I didn't just jump on Vero because everyone else jumped on Vero. I started researching. I want to know about this company. I want to know who's involved, who's behind it. They ask you for your phone number. They're getting personal information. Well, I mean, not so much personal. It's not like they're getting your address and all that. But you got to punch in your phone number, and they call you back. So you get a phone call from someone giving you a code. Well, now this company that I don't really know, that's just been around, for all we know, it could be something like what was going on with all this Russian collusion. You guys have heard about it with these Russian entities setting up all these websites and everything and getting people to show up and protest all in one place and go for and against. I don't know. It could be a whole racket that we're giving someone that information. Who knows? Who knows? You cross your fingers and hope that we're not being bamboozled in any way through Facebook or Instagram or anyone else. Listen, everyone's in conspiracy. Everyone, this whole world is corrupt. Everyone's corrupt. Every single last person. It's a horrible thing. So all we can do really is just make informed decisions and go with our gut. So I researched it. I was looking at articles. I was watching videos, looking at other people's opinions. I go, okay, it's not like they just popped up out of the blue. They've been going, again, things take time, 2 years. I like the concept of it. I like that it's not this whole algorithm-based deal and the whole pushing of who's advertising and who's not. And it seems like more of a real kind of social network. And I like the idea that you can connect with, put together friends, acquaintances, and look at different people. I also like the idea too that, when you write down whether the person's a friend or an acquaintance, that person doesn't get notified. So all of a sudden you put someone who's a friend as an acquaintance and they go, hey, I'm your friend. Why'd you put me as an acquaintance? Or, you avoid that sort of controversy. But it's nice because you can categorize and say, I just want to send my close friends information, or I just want to send everyone my acquaintances information. I kind of like that. I dig that. But anyway, I say sign up, don't sign up. Don't listen to a damn word I'm saying here, because I don't know. I think it could potentially just be a passing phase. I think, do we have more room for social media right now? Like I said, I don't know that I'm going to start posting everything. If I'm posting my stuff already on Instagram and Facebook, am I just going to post another thing there? What's the intention? Are these people already following me? Are you already following me on Instagram? Are you already following me on Facebook? So are you going to want to follow me now on there? I don't know. Do you want to do that? I don't know. I kind of feel like I just kind of want to follow people on one platform, maybe because I'm so used to it. I follow people on Instagram and I follow people on Facebook. I don't know. Again, make your own decision. One of the reasons I did jump on it now is just to get Steven Silver. So I don't have to write Steven Silver something blah, 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 like a lot of the other social media where I came on just a little late. And am I willing to pay the subscription when it comes time? I don't know yet, but just be prepared. Just know that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a deterrent, in all honesty, that people are going to not want to pay that subscription. They're going to start to go, you know what? Do I really need this? And is it helping me? Is it good for me? So that's something you'll think about. All right. So anyway, that was enough of an advertisement for those guys, and I didn't get paid for that. Real quick, I just kind of wanted to mention, because I was thinking about it the other day, is what I kind of wanted to say is it's amazing to me, and it was through a discussion with my kids. I was talking to my kids, and they were talking to me about things they remember. And I was thinking about all the things I remember, and the things that my dad said to me, the things that my mom said to me, the things that a teacher said to me at one point in life. That most of the things that become the building blocks for our foundation and maybe sometimes form us, think about it, are the things that someone said just once. It only takes just once. That person said it just once. And it wasn't that they were saying it to be profound, or they weren't saying it like, okay, make sure you guys write this down and make sure you listen to this and never forget this for the rest of your life. It was like, it was on the passing while you were opening up the fridge getting a drink, or you were sitting on the couch and watching another TV show and your dad comes in and says something, or your mom, or you're listening, you're doodling, and your teacher all of a sudden throws something, spouts something off at that one moment. And those are the things that all of a sudden 20 years down the road you go, I had a teacher once that said this. That one time, that one thing, it wasn't a huge thing. It was and I thought it was just fascinating. I go, wow, you know what? It really is kind of cool, and it really is amazing. Out of all the 50 billion things that are going on in our mind all the time, and the things that people are saying to us and wanting to impress upon us or anything else, those things that just don't stick. But what makes those things stick? So it just made me also realize too that, and I've known this really because I'm conscious about it with my kids, anything you say to your own children or other people can really affect them in life. You could say a negative thing that one time, that one word, that one name. My wife was telling me when, the thing that she's told me, but one time, her last name was Schwartz, Heidi Schwartz. And one time in kindergarten, a kid called her Heidi Warts. One time. And that stuck with her for the rest of her life to where she hated her last name. That's all it took. So sometimes you can say things to people that you think, I'm in this moment of rage and I'm going to say this. So you do that and you say that one thing, it could really affect people. So the thing is, if you're aware of that, if you're conscious of it, not only can you, could you affect someone's life in a whole wrong way? You could tell them they're fat. You could tell them they're ugly. You could tell them their artwork sucks. You could tell them something, and it could affect them their whole life that they carried through, and may not want to do something or pursue something ever more in their life because of what one person said at the wrong moment at the wrong time. Not that they're an asshole or anything in any way. It's just it was said by through whatever purpose that was said. So you want to be careful. Choose your words wisely sometimes, I think. And just knowing that is just thinking of all the things that, try to recall that. It's try to recall, take the time after this art talk and try to recall things that you remember distinctively and go, oh my God, I was there at that moment and that person said that teacher, that my uncle, my grandfather told me this one time. And it's there for the rest of your life, and how it impacted your life and how it changed your life and set you on a new course. Not on purpose. Oftentimes it's just by accident. But the same thing happens with things that we see, that we read about, that we underline, that we draw. Think about all the things sometimes you'll draw that you work on. You think about a drawing that you've done and you go, I remember drawing that person or that thing when I was in that place because at that moment it had an impact on you. So anyway, I don't know why I just kind of wanted to talk about this just because I think that it's meaningful. So with that, knowing that it's meaningful and knowing how it can affect people's lives, think about if you're conscious about this, and think about if your intention is to say things to people that you hope infect them and just resonate with their whole life. And it's really when I do a lot of my lectures, when I do my talks and I go to the schools and I set these things up and go to different countries and all that, within my lectures I implant things like that on purpose because I am hoping that I'll say something within my talk that I give to you that you'll remember that for the rest of your life. I really do. I want you to remember it for the rest of your life. I don't want to say it. I'm not just saying it just to say it. So I'm trying to plant those seeds just so you'll remember, wow, 20 years ago, I went to a Steven Silver lecture and he said this, man, and that changed my whole life and that sent me on a whole new path. And because that's what happened to me, just even when I looked through just Mad Magazine, changed my whole life to make me want to do caricatures, right? Or whatever, these things, these positive things. Think about all the positive change. And maybe your life isn't so ideal, and maybe your life isn't going exactly as planned, and maybe you got a lot of shitty things going on, or these circumstances aren't working out in your life. But think about if there's something you can say or do to affect someone else's life. I believe it comes around in full circle. I believe just you doing something like that, it's going to spin around the universe, and all of a sudden it's going to give you a kick, and you're going to go, dang, where did that come from? Why did this happen for me now? The exact same reason why this Vero thing might be coming around after 2 years, and all of a sudden it's like it's needed to go through that circle in the universe to get a kick and punched in and move the momentum up of it. And I think that's how it all sort of works. So things come in full circle. And that's what we do here. So just maybe understand that. So when you say things, when you're in a meeting, maybe you're in a position of authority. Maybe you're some sort of director, you're a producer, you're a CEO or something of a company, and you have meetings with people. Maybe you can do something and say something that is really going to affect people in a positive way and potentially change the outcome. And again, it always feels good to do something like that. But again, I just wanted to share that with you. I thought it was interesting. Just the monumental things in our lives are usually just said once and usually not on purpose. And it could even be a movie, a line in a movie. You watch 2 hours of a movie and there's one little phrase and you go, whoa, that freaking hit me. That really hit me. Or the message of the movie. You'll always remember that movie. You know what I loved about that movie? That it gave a real sense of accomplishment, and it really made me believe that I could chase my dreams too and do things and live that dream. So those are things that can happen, all right? Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys. I'll be out of Seattle. I'll be back home by the time you guys are watching this. I'll be coming to Florida. If you guys are anywhere near Florida, I'm coming up in June. I'm coming to Japan. That's going to be an open workshop for everyone if you live out in Japan. And I'll be coming to Spain. Barcelona, Spain, if you're out in that neck of the woods too. So you can go to silvertunes.com. Go to the events page and you can see what I'm going to be doing there. All right, thanks again so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Take care.